Good morning, this is Rick. I hope you're having a great day. In today's video, we're off camping. Now, we found a little pub in Oxfordshire that is supposed to be a little gem of a campsite. Obviously, it's a pub, but it's got a camping site out the back, and it's got all the facilities. And we're booked just for one night because my good friend Alex wants to do a rundown on his brand new micro campervan. So I told him I'd join him, and so we're just going there for one night. But anyway, let's hit the road and we'll see what the day brings. Right then, we've arrived at the entrance to the pub. There's the pub right there, and we're in a car park at the back, and the campsite is through there. Now, Alex is just 10 minutes away, so I'm going to wait because the pub's all locked up, but there's a number you got to ring, so I'm going to wait till Alex arrives. He's just messaged me. He's less than 10 minutes away, and then we'll make the phone call and we'll go from there. And it looks like quite a nice place, and we've got the sun shining, which is nice, and I've had the little soiree charging up off the solar panels as I've been driving, and we're up to 99%, which is rather good. So that's going to be running my electric blanket tonight, assuming I'm going to need it. But yeah, this particular pub, I think it's called the Duke Inn, Clifton, Banbury, Oxfordshire. So it's just, I think, a little north of Oxford, and it's got a rating of 9 out of 10 from 12 reviews. It's using ukcampsite.co.uk, and yeah, some people have described it as a little gem, so be interesting to see what sort of a site it is. Right then, we've arrived. We're on our pitches. We're just unpacking at the moment, and Alex has arrived with his little van, which I'll give you a tour when he's all unpacked. We've literally just got here. I did need to go up on the cheese wedges just a little bit because it's a bit of a slope. This is kind of a downhill slope down there, but it's a lovely site, and they've got loos and shower facilities, and obviously the pub as well, and also happen to have an aeroplane. Now, I was reminded of the one that I went to with Austin a number of years ago in Yeovil, where the owner had a Harrier jump jet in his barn. This is slightly different, not quite a Harrier, but it looks, I don't know what it is. Let's have a look. It's an Auster AOP 9 or an XP244. It's a British military air observation aircraft used during World War II for directing artillery towards a target. It's missing a few bits inside, so I don't know whether that's going to be somebody's restoration project or if it's just here as a little attraction. Looks like they've got a couple of shepherd's huts as well, I believe you can rent out, and like a trailer type caravan thing there. You right there?
Yes.
Yeah. So you've basically got a tent awning.
Yes. Well, you will see it momentarily.
I will. Is it an inflatable one?
Oh yes.
Oh, okay.
Oh yes.
Oh, I've got to go and say hi to the neighbours. Hello. Hey, Mr. Malamute. Hello. Can I give you a stroke? Sweet. His little tail trying to wag there. Right, anyway, what I'm going to be doing is I've just plugged in for the very first time in Guinevere mains hookup. I've never actually done. In all the years I've owned Guinevere, all 5, this is year 5 I think, I don't think I've ever connected it up to the mains. So I'm going to go and see whether my handiwork has worked. Alex has just lent me this little fan heater. Right, it's on. Ready? Absolutely nothing. Okay. I don't know whether it's on or not. That's off. I'm pretty sure that's on. Yeah. No. Not working. Okay, so that's something I'm going to have to look into. Assuming the mains hookup is actually activated. But we'll find out, because obviously Alex is going to connect up as well. So that may have to be on my to-do list. Now, fortunately, I don't actually need mains hookup today. I'm completely self-sufficient. There's no need for me to use the microwave. That's the only electrical item I've got here. But I did build Guinevere to be completely independent of the grid anyway. So obviously with the solar panels on the roof and things. It'd be interesting if Alex has got no power as well, then I know it may be not Guinevere at fault. It may be the electric's just not on here. Notice we've all got Renaults now. This is a Renault, mine's a Renault, Damon's is a Renault. We're going to have to start the Renault club. Okay.
Right, is that on? No, that is.
That's it. No, right. So, that's kind of reassuring in a way, because I think the site electrics are off. I'm a Wally. I forgot. Where the electric comes into the van, there's actually a fuse box. So I was just, and it was off, so I've switched it on. So we're going to give this a try again. So I've plugged it in. Yes, electric's on, fan's on, it's working. Yay! So Guinevere's electrics work. Let's go and try Alex's out again. Yep, all good. It's working in the little camper as well. So we'll put that down to operator error. Don't forget your fuse boxes. So good to know. I'm really pleased about that. Now I know the electric's working Guinevere. I just borrowed Alex's lead to try it out. I could use my own lead. It's buried way back there somewhere, and I could dig it out and have mains connected up. But the only thing I've got in here that operates on the mains is the microwave. Everything else is completely independent. So I don't need to run the microwave. Alex has just informed me he's bought a load of steak. I've bought a load of steak. We've got a barbecue. So I think we're not going to go hungry, and we're not going to need a microwave. So all good. But at some point, I know I mentioned this in the last video, I've had a think since my last video where I was talking about this garage, because at the moment it's not a very good design, in so much as if I want anything at the back, I've got to dig it out. It's kind of buried. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make 2 big drawer runners on the floor, and I'm going to have a big pull-out platform with some like big heavy-duty boxes connected to it, so that I can pull them out and put things in. And I'll make little runners for the boxes so they can be removed if I want to put my bike in there. But yeah, I think it's going to be much better to have like a pull-out drawer, and then also a pocket that runs across the back, so I can put these things in. So I've got the table and the chair. I'll have a pocket that they'll fit on with a lip at the front to stop them sliding out. And thank you to those of you who suggested that was actually a suggestion by a number of you. Came up with very similar suggestions for the like the shelf. So but I'm just waiting for the warmer weather to get sort of stuck in, so that'll happen, and hopefully over the next month or so. So Alex has got his this is like a boot awning, or a tailgate awning, and it's inflatable, so it'd be interesting to see what's what. Hello, we've got ourselves a visitor. Hello. Hello, little person, little furry person. So this is exactly what I was talking about with this design at the moment. Alex needs a hammer, and I'm having to take everything out to dig in to try to find the hammer. I know I've got a hammer somewhere. Finally got one of these, so I'm quite pleased about that. In fact, I'll keep that down the front. So that's just miscellaneous spares. But you see, every time I pick that up, you can hear it break and crack. This plastic is just not suitable. See, first aid kit. If I was bleeding out, I'd be in trouble. That's buried way in the back where I had to dig it out. So yeah, definitely need a new think on the way this is all laid out. No hammer, I'm afraid. But yeah, look, this is the problem. In order to get the stuff at the back, all this had to go somewhere. So definitely need a rethink on this. And like I say, I think because it goes all the way back there, I'm going to have to be a little bit clever. I'll have to have a proper think about that. But I'm sure I can come up with something. Not impressed. This, you've got two straps that hold the top bit there, and it says pull the straps over and then secure them around your wiper blades. And I'm like, really? I mean, those wiper blades are not really the strongest thing in the world. So never mind, it's starting to take shape.
Yeah.
I'll be back because we're going to be ages, so I'll be back. Right then. Let's give this a go. This hasn't been used for a long time, so we'll see if it's still good. Alright, so the sun visor over the top is interfering with it, so I may have to improvise. We'll see. Could be a while. All right, there we go. We got there in the end. I actually had to make some cuts into the thing here, just so that it can slide up under the anchor points of the sun visor. So I've done it on both sides, but it enabled the whole thing to go up high enough in order to do what it needed to do. So it's not perfect. I seem to recall it being a slightly snugger fit than that, but never mind, it's fine. Let's have a go. You can unzip these zips because it obviously makes it quite dark in there because there's no light going through. But if I pull these zips down, and then you can open the flap here during the daytime, and then you've got some light coming in, which is useful. And then obviously at night time you can seal them up again. Right.
So what we've demonstrated is you can just pull up with your micro camper and slide open the door and you're ready to go.
And 2 hours later,
we're still not done.
We're still not done.
To be fair, it's the first time we've done it.
Yes. Yeah. No, it was the awning. It was confusing us because it's got extra straps that aren't on the instructions, but we've sort of come up with the idea that because he went for the bigger deluxe model, it's got the extra straps because, you know, because hey,
we don't know, do we? Let's be honest.
Don't.
No idea.
But we sort of strapped up this third one over to the wiper blade. I still think that's not a brilliant idea, putting the straps on the wiper blades. That doesn't make any sense to me. But yes, so I finally got me silver screen on. I haven't unpacked yet, so I just need to unpack, and then we're both absolutely starving. So I think we're going to break out the Outback barbecue, and I've got a power brick that'll power the airflow if we need it. I just need a surface to put it on, so I'm going to go and have a look, see if there's a rock or something, or a flat stone or something that can be used. Actually, this is what I need. It's a couple of bits of flat rock. Right, I need both my hands. Back in a minute. Right, so I'm really glad I read the instructions, because you know what, I was actually going to put the charcoal around there, but in the instructions it says you've got this little thing here, which is where you put your lighter, your gel, or in my case I've got firelighters. You put them there, and then you fill this with the charcoal. So the charcoal goes in there, and apparently this is for the grease and everything, stops the grease falling down into all the charcoals. And then you put that on top. So there we go. So that's how it's going to work. So the golden question is, how many hours is it going to take to get going? Hopefully not many. Finally, this is the first sit down I think we both had since we got here.
Yes, it's been hard work, this relaxing, isn't it?
Well, it was the first time, so getting set up. I mean, to be honest, that's part of the fun of camping, is all the setup. And then you can sit down and enjoy your barbecue. And I think Alex is going to make a list of all the things he's got to like do, things he needs to get, things he doesn't need.
Oh yeah, we've already got a start to the list, so yes.
Yeah.
That's my plan. This is very nice.
Well, congratulations, Alex, on your
thank you
camper.
I'll drink to that. On
your maiden voyage.
Yes.
In John. Why is it called John?
In one of the episodes of the Grand Tour, they build a car and they go across Mongolia in it, and they name it John because John is rugged, dependable, and go anywhere vehicle. Because I wanted to get Noah involved with this as well, we used to watch the Grand Tour together all the time. He just agreed, John it was. So
fair enough. Yeah, that's good. It's always nice when the name's got a story behind it.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you what, this, you can see the glow in the reflection there. I've just put the fan back on, and it's really helping to burn off the charcoal. Because you've got to get the charcoal to the point where they're just white embers, haven't they?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's when the real heat is.
At the moment, you can make a lot of smoke. Oh, right, we've just had a lovely meal. All steak. We just literally fried up 4 ribeye steaks and 4 rump steaks, and we've just enjoyed them with nothing else, a bit apart from salt. And they cooked up beautifully on that barbecue. I've never had barbecued steak before, and the flavour was just lovely. Anyway, Alex lent me his bowl, and I went over to the washing up facility, but all the water's off, so I'm going to have to wash up here. So I've got the kettle on. My kettle is broken. The handle has sort of come adrift, so I'm going to have to get another kettle. We moved into the sunshine. It's just a little bit warmer. That was quite civilised, wasn't it?
It was very civilised, yes.
Yeah. Well, I've got to say, this is a really good design. It cooked up the steaks beautifully. There's still a little bit of heat coming from it, and you can probably see down in there it's still glowing. It's got these little embers glowing. I've got the fan on now, so I'm just going to try to get this to sort of burn off as best as it can. And unfortunately, because I haven't got the washing up facilities available, I'm going to have to put this away as it is, and then I'll clean it when I get home. But I'll put some sort of some tissue over the top of it so it doesn't mess up the bag. But very, very impressed with how this has worked, and it used so little charcoal. I've only got a very small bag of charcoal, and I used no more than about 1/4 of it, and that was enough to just keep burning for absolutely ages. So I'm really impressed. So we've just been sat here. It's still daylight outside, still got that blue sky, but it's getting colder and colder, and the time is now
25 to 5.
25 to 5. The pub opened at 4 o'clock, so we've decided we're going to go and sit in a nice warm pub and maybe have a pint, or I might just have a whiskey, actually.
To be honest, anything, just so we can go in there in the warm, I think.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, we're going to lock up here and head on over to the pub. Assuming you can see me,
I think there's enough light
I think there's just about enough light. So we're sat here in John's little awning with the electric heater going.
And it's very good, actually, isn't it?
It's very toasty, actually. We're sort of enjoying it. Alex is enjoying like a pint of cold tea, and I've got a small...
a smaller tea.
A smaller tea. And we just sat here. It feels... I've actually lost all sense of time. It feels like it's about... I don't know, because we've just got back from the pub, and it feels like it's about 10, 11 o'clock. What actual time is it?
I don't think you'll believe it, actually.
Go on.
It's 10 to 7. We're getting old, mate.
Look, 10 to 7.
It is 10 to 7.
Is that...
No, that's right.
Your watch isn't broken or something?
No, that's right.
Good grief. How is that even possible?
Because we're middle-aged, mate. That's why.
Honestly, I would have put money down. It was at least 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
Mind you, it was a really nice
thought
pub.
About it, but yeah,
had a really good, enjoyable sit in the pub.
It was nice, wasn't it?
That was nice. Really cosy, really friendly.
Well, there was the fire. A couple of dogs came and said hello to us as well.
Yeah. And a game of pool with the odd pool balls.
Yeah, that was. Sorry.
It was a close game, a very long game, but very close game.
Yeah. But in all seriousness, it has been a very, very good, sort of shakedown, reconnoitre, whatever you want to say. It's and I think having somebody else with me, with a set of everything and all the things I realised I'd forgotten.
Sort of a backup, backup plan. Yeah.
Yeah, it'll take, like I've got some coffee. What are we going to drink it out of?
But yeah, this is a good little site to come to do it on as well.
Yeah, it was.
It's actually quite difficult finding campsites that are open all year round. Actually, it was your idea, wasn't it? Look for a pub, because and we looked for pubs in the area, and this one came up on a search, and it was open all year round, and it had some really good write-ups. So and it's not bad at all. Right then, that was a very pleasant evening. And I'm just checking my door is closed. That's good. And it's bedtime. So I've had the electric blanket running for the last hour or so. Let me just feel. Oh yeah, that's really warm. That's lovely. I don't even think I need to put my heater on, to be honest. But anyway, there we go. So that is it for this evening. I'm going to head off to bed now, and I will see you in the morning.
Hello, greetings and salutations. Hope everyone's having a great day. Rick has left his camera behind. Very foolish. He's just gone over to have his ablutions, and he said to me, I could use the van to make a coffee, save using mine. But he left his camera on display just here. If only we had some googly eyes. No, he hasn't left any, but I would do otherwise. What can I do to mess with his head? I know. Let's turn this around so it flips the other way. I don't want to break it because that would... There we are. Okay, so we'll turn the roll round so it loads from the inside, not the outside. And of course, Rick, if you haven't realised, when you see this footage, then you'll know what I've done.
Good morning. It is the next morning, and it's still quite early. It's only about 8:20 in the morning, and I had a reasonable sleep last night. I didn't sleep all the way through. Had the electric blanket on for pretty much most of the night. My battery on the little soiree is down to, let's have a look, just double check that, 28%. So I used the battery quite a lot because normally the soiree on a full charge will last me sort of 2 nights. I'll be down to about 50% after the first night. But I had the electric blanket on because it was chilly, and I did put the heater on to start with, but then I didn't need the heater on for the rest of the night. We've figured out what we're going to do. Alex is going to cook the sausages in his little, he's got a little frying pan in the van, and I'm going to be cooking up the bacon and eggs. So this is the only pan I've got, and I've got one hob. I've never actually cooked anything in this hob apart from put the kettle on. So I'm not quite sure. I'm going to have to fry up the bacon and then make some space and then do a couple of fried eggs, I think. And then hopefully we're going to go over to the awning at Alex's and eat breakfast there. There we go, that's not bad.
No.
Yeah, happy with that. Yeah, we're going to eat, we'll see in a bit. Overall conclusion is you can cook a breakfast in here with this limited space and limited facility. It's a little bit awkward, it's not as efficient as doing it at home because you haven't got the surfaces and the facilities, but for the most part it was doable. Obviously I need to wash everything up now. Just made a little discovery. You're never going to believe this. I don't know if you remember, a few camps back I accidentally slept with the door open. Well, it wasn't open, the door hadn't shut, the side door hadn't shut properly, and there was a gap all the way around, and it was like -4 degrees. Well, when I arrived here yesterday, I wound my window down to talk to the lady at the gate, and I've just realised I never wound it up again. My window has been open since yesterday, so I've slept all night long. That's probably why I could hear why the sound of that motorway was so loud, because it was coming through the open window. Unbelievable. What am I like? I've obviously got this affinity, this subconscious affinity with sleeping outside. Yes, so that would account for the slight chilliness in the air last night, although it wasn't as ridiculously cold as it was when I did the same thing at -4 degrees. But with the silver screen over it, there was no clue or no hint as to, you know, that it needed to be shut. So the silver screen, I guess, did its job, because, you know, I didn't notice in any way until I'd just come to pack up. But yeah, there we go. So I wonder what will be next. I wonder what I'll forget next time, because things happen in threes, don't they? So it's the side door open one night, the driver's window open the next. Watch this space. I also forgot, I was going to show you Alex's van, wasn't I? So we sort of, you're half packed up to go home now. So I'll give you the quick guided tour. So this is the awning, and I've got to take your shoes off to go across the carpet.
I'm about to take that off, actually.
Oh, sorry. Yes, this is Alex's micro camper, and no doubt you'll see it in other videos where it's not all packed up. But
sorry about that.
You've got a little accessory drawer here with your little cooker, and so you can make a cup of tea when you're on the road, and all sorts of other things. That folds down into a big double bed in the back. And it's also a seat, and you can sit up and do your laptop work and stuff. So it's like a day van, but you've also got the option to sleep in it overnight if you want to. Any sort of conclusion-y words on the first night in it?
Yeah, micro camping is not the same as having a motorhome. And it's all very modular, and you've got to move things around. So if there's one thing I learned from this, don't bring a bag, pack the stuff straight in the van so everything's accessible. When I was trying to sort of move stuff around to go to sleep last night, and I've got the camera bag and the laptop bag and my clothes bag and my wash bag, if it was all just in the car, right, I wouldn't have had to move it all around. And
okay.
And also close the tailgate so that you don't get cold. And that's
something I'll learn eventually.
I had to sleep with mine slightly ajar myself, so I kept having to put the heater on in the night, right, to bring the warmth back up. But yeah, no, at least I didn't leave my driver's window open. I mean, can you imagine that?
Who would be mad enough to do such a thing?
Yeah.
So no doubt, next time we go camping, I'll give you a proper tour when it's all like laid out, ready for camping. And but it was quite cosy. We sat in here. Well, I'm sure we did video while we was in here last night, and it was very cosy.
It was lovely, wasn't it?
And I'm impressed with these what are they called? Air beams. Instead of like the traditional tent poles, you've got these inflatable beams. So just packing up. I just packed up Guinevere for the most part. I've just got the table to put away. She's off the ramps now, and I didn't get to use my window vacuum because it's bone dry. So that's, I guess, a good thing. But I never got to actually use it. I've got to find a home for it. I think for now it's just going to have to go in the garage. So there we go, another end of another camping trip, and it was just really a shakedown for, you know, Alex's van, or his new camper. And if you want to go and see Alex's thoughts on the camper or any of Alex's stuff, I'll leave a link to his channel below. Feel free to pop over and say hi and subscribe if you haven't already, because hopefully we're going to be doing a lot more this year.
That's the plan, isn't it?
The plan is, yeah, we're going to be heading off and going and seeing interesting things and that, so you get a kind of a double dose of videos everywhere we go.
Rick and the Vic, as somebody said.
Yeah, we've already been named as Rick and the Vic, so... But apart from that, that is it for this video. So thank you for watching. Have a great rest of the day. Nice to see you again, Alex, by the way.
Thanks so much. Cheers,
And we will see you in the next video. Until then, take care.